is it.
So you bought a P38.
I bought a P38.
Window not set, fuse 9 failed, seatbelt please, fuse 9, left front window not set, rear window not set. Dude, when you press the brake pedal, I feel like there's something.
Every time I press it.
Yeah, it's a lot of electronics and stuff in there, man. Oh, man, it's cold. Oh, please start. Woo! Howdy, and welcome back to the Addicted Motors YouTube channel. My name is Troy, and it's New Rover Day. Now, there comes a time in every guy's life where they decide they want the best, and sometimes when you want the best, it means, well, maybe not the best, but kind of the worst of the best. So, friend Zach, he's got a D2. He said he'd never buy a Land Rover. Now he's a D2, and he just bought, or we helped him find, another Land Rover. And when I say Land Rover, I mean a Range Rover. It's a very special Range Rover. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but obviously you've seen the title, so you can probably guess what it is. We're going to go check it. It's literally getting delivered to the shop right now. So this is kind of like the first sight unseen. We're going to do a walk around. We're going to do a test drive. It was cheap, as all these Range Rovers are, and I'm really excited to see if he got lucky or if he has a headache. So obviously, you know, the adrenaline high might come to a crashing halt, but we'll see. Stick around. And this is the kind of content you guys like to see: cheap Rovers, instructional videos, and buyer's guides, all kinds of fun stuff. Please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Hit that little bell so you can see when the latest videos come out. I feel like that's not many people are getting notifications as often. The YouTube algorithm is a little bit odd. So please check it out, like, subscribe, and we're almost to the show. One more thing to add before I forget is this was an auction truck. We bought this sight unseen from an auction. Just a couple photos, ran a Carfax, and just said, let's just roll the dice, because that's the way to do it. You know, don't get a PPI, don't get a frame inspection, don't see it in person, just buy it sight unseen on the internet, because yeah, that's, you know, if you probably saw it in person, you wouldn't buy it. What's the fun in that? And there she is. Right off the boat, right off the truck from South Carolina. Is that Buckingham Blue? All right. And first, again, let's just take a pause, pour one out for the British lineup here this morning at Sports Car. It's pretty glorious. Not to mention, obviously, the P38, but it's, we're like 2 rows thick of Rovers and whatnot. But back to while we're here. Here she is. She's blue, and let's kind of jump right into it. Again, sight unseen auction purchase from South Carolina. I think this is like a 3-owner truck, less than 100,000 miles. It looked okay in the photos. Like I said, prices for these are oh, hold on a second. I'm seeing something that's not supposed to be there. I'm gonna stop the diatribe real quick. This is good. This is good. What do you see? This is. Oh no, that's not supposed to be there. Oh, buddy. Wow, this is good. That's a good. This is not good. Okay, let's just get real quick. The pandemic's over. The pandemic pricing's over. And if you're a buyer, which I'm a buyer, I am a consumer of crappy Land Rovers and Range Rovers. I want to buy them for myself. So I'm excited that the kind of silly prices we're seeing for stuff like this, stuff like that are coming down, so I can continue to consume my own, let's call it garbage. All right, let's do it. First impression, guys. The grille and the front plastics are in great condition. We've got the factory or non-factory chrome Range Rover badging, which, you know, it's not here nor there, but the paint actually looks pretty good. The truck's pretty. Truck is pretty. I believe these are 18-inch wheels. I'm seeing some pads on there, so it might have had newer pads at some point. I'm also seeing, I guess this is tire shine in some way, probably sprayed in there to pretty things up. We've got a frost on the hood, so I'm assuming the hood paint's okay. The roof, probably less so. The paint on these just never held up well if it wasn't garage kept. So pretty straight down the sides. So from aesthetic visual standpoint, I think Zach's gonna be pretty okay with this purchase. Some missing paint here and there, but you know, you throw a rack on it, guys, and you're good. We've got the taillight covers. I actually have a spare P38 taillight cover for him, so that might be something he'd be interested in. It's got a trailer hitch tow package. It's on coil, so no air to worry about. Got this rusty exhaust, which is fine, because actually the underside doesn't look terrible. The inner and outer part of that exhaust shell wears on most of them, but the bumper's not cracked. Get a better view of that roof. Sunroof doesn't really seem to be seated all the way, so that might just be operator error. Other than that, paint is peeled off on the wing mirrors, and yeah, I mean, from the outside right now, from the walk around standpoint, this thing's pretty clean. Yeah, I don't see anything crazy. Is this light on, or is that the sun? I can't tell. It's potentially a sign of BMS issues, which, you know, that's what P38s do, but doesn't look actually very dry. Wow, very dry under there. Just a little bit of surface rust, but so far not bad. All right, let's go indoor. Let's get second generation airbags. Will blow up in your face. All right, so we've got some snacks. Auction cars always come with surprises and snacks. I don't see any mats, but the seats seem to be in good condition. The headliner is tacked up, but not too visually displeasing. Jumping in there, obviously the odd P38 gas release cap button. All the switches are in place. It's an O2, so the screen's probably buggered, but that's okay. No need for that, honestly. Hopefully there's a radio code or the radio works, but it's not beeping or anything. Maybe the battery's dead. Oh, no, the lights are on, so the battery's not dead. So maybe someone did the beeping delete. But yeah, no mats in here. Floor is cold, probably not wet, so that's good. Oh, all there. You do have a manual, so that's good. And actually that lines up, which is something that these don't usually do. Your cup holder cubby in good condition so far. Not getting ahead of myself. We haven't started it or anything yet. I don't hate it. Rear. What's this? Some piping, I guess. Not in great condition. Yeah, you know, this one's been passed around. Again, it's not a bad thing, but someone's taken the mats. There's no leftovers from the previous owner because there's a dealer trade-in or anything like that. It's, you know, I wouldn't say that's more or less the sign of it being an honest truck, but, you know, there's not a whole lot in there. Oh, there, actually, let me eat my words. Leave this open. Huh, hood struts obviously don't work. Oh, there's your taillight cover. And don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, right? We've got a belt, we've got an oil filter, we've got an alternator. So yeah, of course it comes with parts and the struts. So it looks like someone might have bought it, tried to think they were going to do some minor things to get it up and running. Could they have given up for a bad reason? So yeah, it is an O2 4.6, so obviously it means it's going to need a head gasket because it's right at 100,000 miles. The ad said it had an exhaust leak and a few other things, but let's get the keys and probably maybe not a jump box. We'll see what it needs and fire it up. But while we're take a pause for the P38 video to check out what's going on with Pratt's Land Cruiser.
Look at his labeling for us.
Oh man.
Well, guess what, Troy? There's no broken bolts. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
Just tapped out. It is challenging to get it in and out.
So what happened here is our buddy Pratt went to replace his alternator, had to remove the power steering pump, thought he sheared some bolts off, couldn't get the alternator out from the truck, and then did like most DIY mechanics do, towed it to the local shop to get it fixed by professionals. And it turns out his issue wasn't as big as it is, but unfortunately he's got a reputation for killing cars, but not it's all in good fun. But he killed a Land Cruiser. You can't kill a Land Cruiser. That's tough. But hopefully he should be sorted soon. And this will be for sale if anyone's interested. I believe it's an 08, 140-some thousand miles. He's got the last edition 100 whatever wheels on there with some decent tires. So not going to be a bad car at all once it's all said and done and gets that new alternator in. The P38 key. I don't hate it, honestly. They're nice. They're compact. They wear a lot better than the silly ones, the LR3 and the other Range Rover. So let's pop the hood, check it out, and start it up. Oh, P38. There's no hood latch for the. Of course, the struts are out. Actually, it's missing a strut. Maybe that's why it's in the back. So here's your typical 4.6. Got some goo and some schmoo and some old alternator stuff. It's got things. It looks very dry. It doesn't look like it's leaking anything at the moment. You're missing a cap. It's got a battery, missing obviously the other stuff. It's got good coolant in it, so that's a swell thing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, from visual standpoint, it's not too terrible. There's a belt in the back, but that belt doesn't look awful. But like most auction cars, obviously there's going to potentially something wrong with it. So let's stop doing that and fire on up. All right, P38, second startup. Wasn't here for the first one. Mike didn't tell me anything, so. Window not set, fuse 9 failed, seatbelt please, fuse 9, left front window not set, rear window not set, sunroof not set, EIS manual. Are you done? Sunroof not set, EIS manual. Are you done? All right, well, now that it's done its P38 thing. Okay. Oh. So, it's fired up. Yeah, there's a tick. It's not a knock, though. It's a tick. That's okay. Radio? Radio? That's good. ABS lights on. That should go out once we start moving. Like a lot of this era truck. Heat is on high. The little screen obviously needs to be replaced. I'm gonna try these. Does it have heat seats? Got heat seats. Okay, so far. Oh. Yeah, this isn't supposed to do this, but there is power. So someone must have been screwing around with something under the seat. Probably just needs to be. No, that's it's bolted down. There's something else that's going on there, but I don't think this is that bad yet. I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit. We've got a radio, we've got heat, waiting for that heat seat to come on, and again, that ABS should go away. Let's hear it from the outside. That sounds like just an exhaust leak. No excessive fumes. What do you think, guys? That sounds like exhaust. Yeah, I'm not too concerned yet. Let's take it for a spin. All right, so we're still getting a couple beeps. Put it in drive. Went right into gear. Transmissions usually aren't a large main issue with these. Brake pedal, a little stiff, but feels good. Again, guys, sight unseen P38. I mean, this was just a shot in the dark. ABS lights off. It's got power. Definitely hear that exhaust leak. Probably could use some air in the tires and probably some new tires. Brakes evenly. Ooh. A little chilly out, a little cool, a little chilly out this morning. A lot of traffic. All right, let's give her some speed. Make sure the transmission doesn't explode. We're up to temp. Yeah, this thing's nice. It probably needs an alignment. I mean, these tires are older, but I feel like you can just drive this like a car. All right, so we're up to temp. Let's do 4.6 thing. Let's see how much more power you got. Yeah, that's fine. It's smooth. It's fine. It's smooth. It's fine. It's not that much better, but it does feel nice and tight. The other thing I'm slightly concerned about is the heat is not coming on. It's actually blowing cool. I don't know if that is simply a function of that your HVAC panel not working correctly, or we've got another issue because the engine is up to temp. So we'll have to probably look into that. So guys, what do you think? Cheap P38. I think Zach was around 4,500 or $5,000 all in for just the truck, shipping and all that. It had to come from South Carolina, so obviously that was a larger expense with it, but seems to be okay. It's not overheating. The heat hasn't come on. That's concerning. So it could be something big, could be something small, but it's not too rusty. It runs and drives. There's no check engine light, so all that's good. And it's a pretty truck. There's a lot of YouTube guys that are buying these now. It's back. It's P38 season. Like I said, there's a huge appeal to these trucks now that they have re-depreciated. They kind of went up, and now they're back down. You know, it's the final frontier, guys. It's like the last challenge of the Land Rover, Range Rover world is to own one of these. It's impossible to really own it successfully, but it's worth a shot, and I think I might have to do it soon. But this one will definitely be featured on the channel more often than not. Zach will be driving it, doing some work to it, and we'll definitely be making some features. He wants to use it as a daily, which we'll see how that works, because obviously you can't have just one Range Rover. You need at least 2 or 3. He said he was never going to do it, but now he's here, and I think he'll be extremely pleased and displeased with his purchase. All right, so I was getting there, and I started doing P38 things. The truck just locked itself. I was doing the little, just to walk around, right? You guys just saw me videotaping, and I went to get in, locked. So luckily that door didn't lock, and I got in from the side. So we're already doing P38 things. Let's go. Also want to do a little bit of the drip check. Got some drips. Got some more drips. Again, not too bad. There's some weird, some stuff going on under here. I don't really like to look at that coolant line, but I mean the motor itself looks to be in pretty good condition. Let's check out these back seats. Again, not super huge. I'm sitting behind, not myself, but this seat's all the way back. But it's comfortable. It's nice. I've done videos on P38s before. They're cool. They are neat trucks. They're a great project, winter project, forever project, brakey project, and I think I need to get one. But I did just buy something, so I can't do it just yet. Oh, there's the owner right there.
Is it?
So you bought a P38.
I bought a P38.
You bought a pretty decent P38. I've just drove it. It drives great. Doesn't have heat though. At least I can't get the heat to work. Maybe it's just the controller. I don't know. It has coolant and everything. But
well, it's nice in here.
yeah, it's not bad.
It feels imperious.
Yeah, there's no major check engine lights or anything on yet. A lot of beeps and stuff. It does lock itself sometimes. So that's something Mike didn't tell me that I did while I was running a second ago.
It just locked itself.
What?
It just locked itself?
Just locked the front door, just sitting here running.
All right.
So it's getting used to Zach, its new owner. It just said traction overheat. But dude, when you press the brake pedal, I feel like there's something.
Every time I press it.
Yeah, it's a lot of electronics and stuff. Dude, let it think. It's thinking about life.
I know about that.
Is that heat seat on?
Mine is.
All right, you feel it? Is that on? right, so I think that's about enough Rover fun for one morning. Zach seems pretty happy with it. We've got a list of things to do. Change some fluids, give it an alignment, do a little bit of diag, ensure the turn signals and everything works, state inspection, all that fun stuff. Keep the supercharged badge, of course, but we'll see. Is that an exhaust leak? Is it a head gasket? Do you really want to find out if it's running and driving fine? We'll see. To be continued. So that's the P38 update. There'll be more of those. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm surrounded by my own turrets here. We're going to take the Jag back home. Yes, and if anyone's interested, the Jag is potentially up for sale. I don't know. I've bought something else that's coming in a few days, so I don't know if I can do it all. See ya.